Only a fool learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Politics is the art of the possible, the attainable, the art of the next best. Fools learn from experience. I prefer to learn from the experience of others. God has a special providence for fools, drunkards, and the United States of America. One day the great European war will come out of some damned foolish thing in the Balkans. People never lie so much as before an election, during a war, or after a hunt. Never believe anything in politics until it has been officially denied. When you want to fool the world, tell the truth. Preventive war is like committing suicide out of fear of death. It is the destiny of the weak to be devoured by the strong. Be polite. Write diplomatically. Even in a declaration of war, one observes the rules of politeness. The secret of politics. Make a good treaty with Russia. Faust complained about having 2 souls in his breast, but I harbor a whole crowd of them, and they quarrel. It is like being in a republic. Crowned heads, wealth and privilege may well tremble should ever again the black and red united, after the split between anarchists and Marxists in 1872. Man cannot control the current of events. He can only float with them and steer. The great questions of the day will not be settled by means of speeches and majority decisions, but by iron and blood. Politics are not a science based on logic. They are the capacity of always choosing at each instant, in constantly changing situations, the least harmful, the most useful. The statesman's task is to hear God's footsteps marching through history, and to try and catch onto his coattails as he marches past. People never lie so much as after a hunt, during a war, or before an election. We live in a wondrous time, in which the strong is weak because of his scruples, and the weak grows strong because of his audacity. Not by speeches and votes of the majority are the great questions of the time decided. That was the error of 1848 and 1849, but by iron and blood. If there is ever another war in Europe, it will come out of some damned silly thing in the Balkans. Political judgment is the ability to hear the distant hoofbeats of the horse of history. Life is like being at the dentist. You always think that the worst is still to come, and yet it is over already. In order to retain a certain respect for sausages and laws, one must not see them being made. The life of a man is like a game of chess, which he plays according to his art. That which is imposing here on earth has always something of the quality of the fallen angel who is beautiful, but without peace, great in his conceptions and exertions, but without success, proud and lonely. Woe to the leader whose arguments at the end of a war are not as plausible as they were at the beginning. That which is imposing here on earth has always something of the quality of the fallen angel who is beautiful, but without peace, great in his conceptions and exertions, but without success, proud and lonely. Not through speeches and majority decisions will the great questions of the day be decided, but by iron and blood. The greatest burden for the working class is uncertainty of life. They can never be certain that they will have a job, or that they will have heal, and the ability to work. We cannot protect a man from all sickness and misfortune. If this political business teaches you one thing, it is that you can be as wise as the wise men of this world, and yet you always wander into the next minute like a child into the dark.